Hello, guys, and welcome back to Big Brother US Season 26. And today we are going to be talking about yesterday's episode, Sunday night. This is the first episode of proper gameplay, competitions, and some really, really cool moments. As you can hear in my voice, I'm still not back to 100% functionality. My voice is doing a little bit better, but my throat is still very sore. So we're going to do our best to get through this, but I wanted to keep bringing you daily episodes as promised. So without much further ado, let's get into the episode, shall we? So we started off with some introductions of people. They introduced themselves to each other. It was really, really interesting to find out new and exciting things about the group. We found out that Tucker is a protein bar chef and Lisa's a chef, so there's a little battle of the chefs going on there. I found that very, very interesting and fun. There seemed to be a little bit of energy between them. I don't know how or what kind of energy that is, but it didn't sit right with me. I was like, oh, is there gonna be like some arguments there between these two? I don't know. I also found out that I was saying T-Core's name completely wrong. It is T-Core, as in like cup of tea, like this. And yeah, I apologize for saying T-Core last week. Yeah, to be fair, my fault for not listening when she said her name, but is what it is. So yeah, T-Core, she's fun and she's funky. I like her. I think she's great. Yeah, really good vibes from her so far. Then we've got Kenny completely lying about who he is. I find that very, very interesting when people do that because it really does set them up potentially for failure when they slip up. He mentioned that he actually runs like a food truck or something along those lines, and I found that very interesting. That's a hard lie to keep up. I don't know whether I would have gone with that personally. I might have been like, oh, I'm a teacher, because then at least I can be like, I can easily lie about that. Do you know what I mean? Cedric is also lying about being an intelligence analyst, which I find very, very interesting. He's claiming he's unemployed, which for a guy who's 21 years old is not the most unrealistic thing in the world. So I think he's absolutely fine there. Honestly, Angela is my favorite person ever. Period. I love her. I will defend her till the day I die. And when she inevitably gets evicted from this house, the series will be over for me. I'm not literally being serious, but I will be very upset because I do love her. She has such an electric energy. She's got such a fun personality. She's got everybody on her side, which I find so, so great. And honestly, just seeing how everyone is so happy and excitable in this moment is getting me so ready to watch everyone's spirits get absolutely murdered and crushed over the next, like, 12 weeks. It's going to be fantastic, and I'm super excited. So, the have-nots for this week are volunteer have-nots. They always do this at the start of the series where they ask people to volunteer. And Tucker, Cam, Chemo, and Quinn are the have-nots for this week. They have to sleep in a room that the only word I can use to describe it is uncomfortable and unsettling. And I feel like last series, the have-not room was not the best. I think it was good in terms of like humiliating, because that's obviously what it was themed after, the Humiliverse. But this one feels a lot more like they're actually being punished. Last series, I mean, one of them was like a swing bed, one of them was literally a dog bed. They had to sleep on a bit of cheese and also a hot dog, I think it was. But they looked comfortable, so like I don't think there was anything bad with that. But this series, the beds are literally like slabs. They're not actually any. There's no comfort there, which is gonna make so irritable. I would not want to do that in the slightest. But yeah, the have-nots are named, and I'm interested to see how long they keep up the have-nots because they sometimes just forget to like mention them every week, and then they just kind of fade into the background, and then you randomly go into one episode and you're like, oh, this person's apparently a have-not this week. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So before we get into some of the big twists and turns of this series, some interesting things that I noticed were Kenny and Matt having a conversation and sort of bonding over the fact that they both like he's been in the military, Kenny, and Matt said that his father was also in the military and was also in the police force. So Kenny and Matt are kind of like, ooh, this is an interesting alliance that we could potentially build up. I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. But then we've also got an alliance of girls, and I was wondering how long it would take for one of the girls to go, oh, maybe we could be the first all-girl alliance that actually makes it all the way to the end. It never happens. It never happens. I don't think it's ever happened successfully. I think with the boys, it's happened once or twice. But like it's just not gonna work out for you. It's not gonna work out the way you think it is. You're better off having a mix rather than being like, oh, all girls, whoa. But that was Rubina, Mackenzie, Chelsea, and Brooklyn who were like having a little conversation about potentially teaming up. They also were discussing Angela and how she's a little bit overzealous, she's a little bit over the top, and she's playing her cards too fast, too early. I am worried about Angela because Angela's being very outspoken and she's being very sort of over the top, and she's also calling Matt out for potentially being the target because he could be in a romance, like a showmance is the word I was looking for. And Matt obviously took this really badly. He did not like that comment at all, even though in his introduction video he was like, yeah, I'm open to a showmance, I want a showmance, yeah, I want a showmance, yeah, showmance. I was like, dude, they call you out day one and you're already crumbling like this. Yeah, Matt, actually, I don't know if I like you. Don't come from a girl, Angela. Don't come for her like that. I'm not having it. Okay? Thank you. So, some interesting plot twists. We found out what the upgrades were. So, I mentioned in the last episode that we had America's Veto and also the deep fake HOH. What does all of that mean? Well, Mackenzie actually won the America's Veto, which means that she can choose at any point in the next 4 weeks to veto one of the HOH's nominations, and America decides on eviction night who gets replaced on the block, which is wild and crazy. I did not expect that to happen. That genuinely caught me so far off guard that I was like, rah, that kind of changes the whole gameplay aspect of this. There's more gameplay changes later on that I'm going to talk about, which also blow the game wide open. But I gotta say, this power is crazy. I don't think America has, since the first series, ever had a say in who goes up on the block, which is kind of crazy. I could be wrong. I don't know. No spoilers for other seasons. But as far as I'm aware, this is the first time this has happened. However, Quinn won an arguably better upgrade, which is the deepfake HOH. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that in the next 4 weeks, he can choose to manipulate an avatar of the HOH to deliver the nominations, and the nominations will be his nominations instead of the avatar. And he can also use the avatar to spread lies, deceit, all of this stuff, essentially ruining the HOH's game, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of madness to me that this is even a thing, but also how awesome, how cool. I am absolutely just like blown away by how cool that is. Wow, love it. Big hearts, big brother. I love when you bring out a twist like this. I know probably the hardcore fans are like, oh, this is so rubbish. But like, as someone who is a very new fan to this show, I love the twists and turns. The more twists and turns, the better. The more unpredictable it is, and the more chaotic it is, the more I'm going to enjoy this series. So quickly, before we get into some new rules and the HOH competition, 2 more things I noticed from the housemates. Leah is very upset that there's nobody chubby in the house for her to get her teeth into, I guess. I mean, they did show like a montage of like Cam with his Adonis body, Tucker with his Zeus body, Matt with his glorious abs. Who else was it? Somebody else with a ripped body. And then they showed Joseph. And I was like, you did not have to do Joseph dirty like that. You did not. But yeah, I did actually think that there was no sort of like larger guys on the series. I don't think there's been a large guy on the series in like a couple of seasons now. I could be wrong if I'm remembering incorrectly, but like I just find it so jarring the way that She talks about it, Leah. I actually just find it so hilarious and funny because I actually think you don't understand how this is coming across. It's crazy to me. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was Lilo. No, what's her name? Lisa. That's the one. Lilo Lisa. Yeah. Lisa is. I'm undecided on Lisa. I think she's playing a game with the whole edible glitter thing. I think it's a way to sort of get people on side with her. But there's a lot of people who currently are not. They're just not vibing with her. And I'm just not sure what she can do about it. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough one because I think she's trying her best. It's just not working out the way that she wants it to. And that's really the issue here. Because I don't even think she knows that people are like, yeah, I want rid of you, I want rid of you, I want rid of you. I'm not in this series to watch my faves go home week 1 and week 2. Do you know what I mean? I want the boring people to go first. Like, if I had to choose somebody to go home this week, somebody, I mean, Matt, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. But if I had to choose like one of the most boring people in the house, I would probably have to choose Mackenzie. I'm just not vibing with her. I'm not getting anything from her aside from kind of blank stares. Yeah, maybe we'll see more of her personality in future episodes, but I don't know. I wasn't blown away by her here. So, what are these rule changes I hear you say? Well, I've been watching a couple of seasons of Big Brother US, and as far as I'm aware, it's always been HOH nominates 2 people for eviction. They compete in a veto competition, and then 2 people go up for eviction on the Thursday night, which essentially means that, like, if they have the veto, they can take themselves down, but then the HOH has to put someone else up. Well, this series, the AI went, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that this series. Actually, what we're doing is we're going to get the HOH to put 3 people up. Yes, 3, which is a crazy amount of people. A crazy amount of people. Wild. Which means, effectively, there is very little chance that you will not touch the block this series. Craziness. So, yeah. So that's the first bit of crazy news. So I'm thinking, hang on a minute. 3 nominees, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so what happens in the veto meeting? Oh, well, if someone gets taken down, someone else has to replace them. So going into eviction night, 3 people have to be on the block. However, on eviction night, they will compete in a competition, and the winner of the competition will be saved. Oh my god. So essentially, 2 people will still be up for eviction by the end of eviction night, but that all could go so pear-shaped. There is a interesting change in strategy this series, because if you put someone up on the block, they've now got 2 chances to get down, which means this season about to get wild. You can bitch and moan all you want about how this is ridiculous, how this is unfair, but it makes it so much more unpredictable. Because what happens if, okay, let's say Matt is put up there, the house hates Matt. Lisa is put up there, some of the house hate her, some of them don't. Then we've got Leah put up there, the entire house loves Leah. Matt wins the final veto. It just makes it so much more crazy and so much more entertaining and so much more fun. And honestly, I gotta back them. I have to. It's a great choice to add this into the series because it's something that they've never done before. And using the AI twist has just made it even possible. So going into the HOH competition, it was called New Rules, and I gotta say this one was actually quite fun. So as we know, Chelsea and Cedric cannot compete in this competition or in the veto or vote on eviction night, but they did have to dress up as the BBAI mascots, and I gotta say they were absolutely hilarious in those roles. They really sort of dove headfirst into it, had some fun, really enjoyed themselves. But the first thing that they have to do, the 14 remaining people, is form 4 groups of 3. which left Tucker and Mackenzie immediately out of the competition because they weren't picked in the teams. It was kind of harsh. It was kind of, ooh, but it is what it is. Not the end of the world. So we had Team 1, Ruby, Chemo, and Brooklyn. The challenge was skee ball, or the slidey thing where they have to slide it across and get the highest number. I gotta say, it's a fairly standard Big Brother challenge, but like I always enjoy it, so it was really good. So Team 1, Ruby, Chemo, Brooklyn, they managed to get 24. Team 2, Kenny, Matt, and Quinn, they managed to get 28. Team 3, Cam, Leah, and Lisa got 7. And Team 4, Angela, T-Core, and Joseph got 14. So I gotta say, good scores all round. But the winners, which were Team 2, got to pick a team to eliminate, and they eliminated Team 1, Ruby, Chemo, and Brooklyn, taking them out of the competition. Then they were told, okay, now within your teams, whoever wins moves on to the next round, eliminating the other two. So the people who made it out of that round were Kenny, Leah, and Angela going into the third round. They also mixed the board up, so it was a lot more complicated and crazy. I really, really do enjoy the challenges on Big Brother US. I think they're leagues above Big Brother UK, but I think that's because the challenges matter so much more on the US version than the UK version. But it is what it is. So, yeah. We had Kenny, Leah, and Angela in the final round, and they were told they had to score an odd number in order to win, the highest odd number. Angela ended up winning, so Angela is now the HOH. And honestly, I could not be more happy. Having Angela as HOH, first of all, puts her into the second week. Second of all, it allows her to make some very, very powerful alliances. And third of all, she is going to make some very, very important choices that set the tone of the game for the other players. And I could not pick a better person to do it, because I feel like Angela is going to be chaotic, she's going to be crazy, and she's going to be a fantastic HOH. So, what alliances has Angela made? Well, she immediately went into one of the bedrooms and found Joseph, Cedric, and Chelsea in there and went, yo guys, you're my people, you're safe this week. Don't worry, you're safe, you're fine. And then she went, yep, you guys and T-Core. We're a little unit, we're a little team. And obviously she's like, yeah, go out, go spread around and bring back any gossip to me and I'll make it worth your while. And obviously Matt was mouthing off in the garden to everyone, being like, oh, I think Angela's gonna put me up because she said these comments to me. She was trying to put a target on my back, etc, etc, etc. And Joseph and Chelsea were like, rah, okay. So Joseph went back and told Angela, and Angela was like, huh, that's so strange, because I wasn't trying to do that. That wasn't my motive. But now I'm starting to think, maybe I should be putting a target on your back. And I was like, yeah, this is the Big Brother experience that I was hoping for. I want the drama. I want the backstabbing. I want the little gossiping behind the backs. Ooh, this person said this in the garden. Ooh, did they now? Yes, they did. I'm so excited for this to just descend into absolute chaos. Because at the moment, Angela is in a position of power. She has got 3 people to put up for nominations. And then Quinn comes to her and goes, yo, Angela. Yo. Hello. How are you? I'm good. Yes. I got the secret power. Do you want to know what the secret power is? Yeah, I get to overturn the HOH's powers. I won't do it to you. But let's team up. Let's work something out here, because I'm going to help you out if you help me out. And Angela was like, absolutely. Is this a final 2 with us? And I was like, Angela, final 2s this early on? That's dangerous, but also I'm not opposed to it. They called themselves the BB Guns. I was kind of like big slay on the name. But I don't know how it's going to work out for them. I'll be 100% honest. I would love nothing more than for Angela to win this show. Angela winning this show would be the most iconic thing since when I wanted Kerry to win the show. Oh my god. Angela's literally the American version of Kerry. Oh my god. All Angela needs is a wheelchair and to scream rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then she's literally Kerry. That's incredible. Oh my god, no wonder I like her. Yeah, that makes so much sense. But yeah, Interesting. There was also a very awkward chat. Awkward with Matt. Awkward. Where she essentially was like, yo, I'm sorry for saying this, but like, you can't go around saying that XYZ. I'm sorry that you thought I was putting a target on your back. I wasn't. I weren't trying to do that, so I'm sorry for that. But you can't go around mouthing off to people. And he was like, yeah, well, putting me up is a bad decision and it would come back to hurt you in the end. And I was like, rah, is he making threats to Angela about putting her up? Dude, she's the one in the position of power. Don't fuck her off, because you could very well soon be a replacement nominee if somebody does get taken down by the veto. I'm sorry, but you're dumb. Huh? What's going on here? Matt, what kind of game are you playing? I'm not vibing with Matt. I can't get behind him. I'm not really enjoying him currently, especially when it's coming from a girl, Angela. Do you know what I mean? So let's not do this. Let's not do that at all. Please, let's not, because I'm not playing that game this series. I'm not playing that game. So who did get nominated? Well, Kenny obviously got nominated. He is a big threat competition-wise, and I think Angela notices that, sees it, and foresees that he's going to be a big threat in the future. She also voted Lisa because they haven't really talked any game, and also the house seems to be wanting her out. But I feel like Lisa's a bad choice personally. I feel like she's one of those people that is disliked by enough of the house, or not disliked, but enough of the house are wary of her that she's not a threat week one. She's a threat further down the line, but she's also a shield. As long as the house is disgruntled with her, they're not going to be disgruntled with you. Does that make sense? And the last person she put up was Chemo. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Chemo hasn't really made the effort with Angela. Maybe it's that. But, like, I thought that was a pretty random one. I thought she was going to put Matt up after that conversation, but apparently not. Maybe she's saving Matt for a back door, but she's saying that Kenny is her target. And I don't think Kenny should go this early. I really don't. I really don't. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I have no idea what happens with the rest of the week, so no spoilers, because I am not able to watch the live feeds. So any spoilers will be met with a swift delete comment, and I might even mute you from the channel, so please do not do that, because I want to enjoy this. Watching as a guy in a different country makes it very difficult to avoid spoilers. I've got everything muted on Twitter. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Sorry for the very long episode, but I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.